Video game bang, video game bang, video game bang. Video game. Mega brand. Live from the sack, it's the livest. In fact, I'm putting rhymes on this track to put my guys on the map. Updates, geek news, tech talk, and reviews. They can summarize it so you ain't gotta breeze through. Listen once and you're forever fans. And I'm not saying it because their theme song features Mega Ram, the ultimate source of all geek media. Other podcasts, they just don't match up. Need proof? You can check the archives and catch up. Stats off the chain, we have rearranged the game. It'll never be the same. Now it's time to feel the
bang. What is up, my pizzas? Oh boy. Where do we begin? Just to get you guys a little preface, I've been day drinking. I started at about noon, drowning my sorrow. So if I'm a little incoherent, you gotta deal with it. It's state of the union. It's the end of the world.
That's fine.
And I feel fine.
Good.
Yeah. Well, we have a great show lined up for you guys today. I guess you guys could probably guess what a lot of the topics are going to include. But before we get to the depressing stuff, let's talk about the sunshine in all of our lives. She's joining us back on the podcast, Lexie. Welcome back to the show.
What's up?
How you doing? Staying healthy?
Bruh, I wash my hands like 1,000 times a day. And I have a small story for y'all. I went to Costco. Yeah. There was no tissue paper.
Is tissue paper the same as
rice.
Is that the same as toilet paper?
Are you talking about tissues or?
Yes, toilet paper
Okay.
is tissue paper in the South. Okay.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's the stuff you put in like gift bags.
Yeah, I was like tissue paper is
There's
things you
that
put
too.
in gift bags.
But yeah, there was no tissue, there was
I think
no
she's just covering
rice,
up
there
for
was
the
no
South.
beans, and of course there was no hand sanitizer.
That's because my people
Go
took
ahead.
it all, the rice and
But
beans.
then I go to Walmart and they had 2 cans of disinfectant spray left, right? I grabbed both of them and someone comes to my cart, picks it up and goes, "Can I have?" And I'm like,
Damn.
That's how
That's bold.
Did you guys see that
Audacity.
fight in Australia over the tissue
Oh,
paper?
yeah.
Thanks.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's a brawl.
Yeah.
People are going wild. Okay, first of all, it's panic buying. If people are wanting, no,
Yeah.
coronavirus isn't going to be
Stupid.
cured by toilet paper.
Exactly.
They're afraid of quarantines.
That's
I saw
the
somebody was
problem,
like, it's
yeah.
respiratory, not gastrointestinal. Why do you need that much?
And do you not have showers?
Exactly.
Like, I work from home, and
Everybody
most
with a
of the
bidet
time,
is like, let's go! Life is great!
when you work from home, like that's how you wipe most of the time. Anyways, you just take a
God.
shower real quick.
Wait a minute. That's a guy
I mean,
thing.
you ain't gotta lie. You do what they taught us in high school. You do the airplane shower.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just the wings and the engine.
Oh, no.
I don't want to be here.
You heard his voice.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm like already nauseous. And you're
Wait
gonna
a
make me vomit.
minute.
He is one half of Sacramento's #1 movie podcast, The Filmlosophers, Eddie Villanueva.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of VGB.
Oh, he did the voice.
What's up, guys? It's great to be here.
Good
It's
to have
always
you.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just this whole world right now is kind of all over the place, and needless to say, I'm worried about being at the table next to Lexie now because she's exactly that's why.
Doomsday prepper Lexie.
Exactly.
Already going to Costco trying to buy up all the tissue paper.
She's buying all the tissue
Bruh.
paper for the gifts. She's like, I'm gonna keep this.
Eddie, you helped us out massively at the trivia night at Oblivion Comics and Coffee this
man.
Monday. Man, David Webb, he's blessed. He had a vision.
Yeah.
And he was like, guys, Office trivia. And we laughed. We were like, nobody watches The Office. And
We were definitely proven wrong there because
it destroyed any attendance record numbers we'd had before.
Yeah.
We had to shut down the store.
Yep.
Laura was like, can you turn the close sign over? Because
Yeah.
we've hit the capacity. We can't let any more people in the
we
building."
had at least at one point in time we had at least 70 people in that shop.
We had 64
Wait,
people.
what?
64.
It
There
became-
were 70. There were 64 people. in
Yeah, there were 64, and then we
Well, I mean, they were on their way
100%.
out. They were
at
leaving.
no point Was there 70 people
At
in the
no
store?
point were there 65.
Legally.
I mean, that includes the workers, too. So just saying.
No, Eddie, you don't
no.
get it. There's only 64 people in the building.
Okay, only 64 people in the building.
Yeah.
But no, it was so massive that we were actually turning people away
Yeah.
who were wanting to play and telling them there was no more room on the signups because we were rotating out teams that weren't showing up.
Yeah.
And we were bringing in people who were just showing up to sign up that day, that night. And we were able to get a good majority of them into the game, but it was kind of overwhelming. And
It was David's moment.
Yeah.
That was his moment to be amongst his people. It felt like he had them in the palm of his hands. He would say something that I didn't know what the words were, and everyone would just laugh in thunderous applause for this guy. He was definitely in his element. So shout out to David.
shout out to David Webb.
And on top of that, there was, I was following up with people like, how were the questions? Too hard, too easy? And like they were like, I go to a lot of these, and usually I get 100% every time.
Yeah.
These were tough.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact David came up with a lot of those questions just off the top of his head. So
Yeah.
I was proud of the guy.
Big kudos to David. He really
What a nerd.
What a
Yeah.
nerd. What a The Office nerd.
Pretty much.
But the great thing is that it was never at any point ever seeming like, this one particular team was just obliterating everybody. It was never a point where it was just everybody was having equal parts like difficulty and
Yeah.
everybody was having fun.
Yeah,
And
really cool.
I should have baited them with the first round and made it all British Office questions.
Well, here's the thing though. David did throw in a few British Office questions, which was
Yes.
pretty cool. But yeah, it was a great success. We had a great turnout, and there was a lot of awesome people that we had met for the first time. People who had never been to a trivia night, who definitely said next time we do one of these things, they want to be a part of it. They want to come. They want to sign up ahead of time. So yeah, we just made sure to redirect them to our social pages because the Filmospers page posts the event as well at the top. That pins it to the top.
Yep.
You guys as well. So here's to the next one, which we've already begun planning and plotting.
I think
how
we
we're gonna
know.
do.
Yeah, we asked everybody what their next one, and there was a common theme. And I think Emma, you'll be a lot happier with this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of Emma Skies, wow, you are just blowing up in Sacramento. You were
a strong term.
You were covered in the Sac Bee.
I was. They did an
Yeah.
article on me in the Sacramento Bee.
I mean, not you. What you're doing.
Wow.
Let's not let it
It
go
was
to
not
your
me.
head.
It was me. It was me. I was the local streamer in the headline.
So, if you guys were listening last week, Emma Skies is doing her annual SPCA where she's raised the goal one more time. Again, 5K, right?
Yep.
5K.
We're going to try.
What did you get last year? 3?
3.
And your
Good.
goal was?
1.
Shoot.
Yeah,
that's a good
you'll
goal.
hit that.
So
Yeah, I
we're
think she'll
jumping
get it.
from 1,000 to 5,000 in gold terms.
She'd hit that.
And how did it go? What was it like being interviewed by the paper? Did they come out? Did they send someone?
No, we should have phone interview.
Oh, okay.
It was it was fun. The woman that wrote the piece was very
Guy
nice.
sneezed at his hand, shook hers, and then
Yes. Leslie at the Sacramento Bee did the piece, and she was very nice.
Did she understand what Twitch was? Like,
She
was
had
she?
no idea.
Oh, so you had to go.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
to kind of we ran through what it was, how gaming was, a whole bunch of
this
stuff.
is a joystick.
No, she was very good about it. She was kind of just because we were for a while I was just saying things, and she was like, by the way, I have no idea. And I was like, oh, okay, so I gotta change how I'm. Okay, I got you. And then we were on the same page.
It was and then is there any more press coverage coming up for you? When does this thing get kickstarted?
I'll let you know.
So you have a date, right?
April 4th.
April
is
4th.
The day.
There you
noon
go.
to midnight Pacific Standard Time.
On
Nice.
Save your bucks
twitch.tv
to
/
donate to,
Save your bucks.
yeah.
donate to
Alright.
the
Don't spend
MCA.
it on hand sanitizer.
Exciting.
Spend it on the animals.
Oh man, well we might as well just get into it, guys.
That's true.
Everything is canceled.
Everything is canceled.
The
Everything
world
is
is
canceled.
flat.
It's just
I hope you know I'm not coming back here again.
This is the
the
end
last.
for the nerds of 2020.
As you
it's,
know it.
It was a bitter day. Obviously, the last months, all I've been talking about is shock2020.com. Go there, buy your tickets. And our event at Berkeley, we announced today, is canceled.
Yeah.
So it was, it sucked. You know, we kind of felt like the writing was on the wall once all the universities started saying, like, all right, don't even come to school.
Hey, you don't have class that day. Come on out.
Yeah. I think it really came down to just responsibility.
Yeah.
It's, you know, seeing it from the other side now, you can kind of feel like why maybe other shows haven't canceled yet. And it's just they're holding on to that optimism that things might get better by that time. Trust me, nobody who hasn't canceled yet, like San Diego or
WonderCon.
WonderCon is the one I'm waiting to hear about because I'm still going to that as of now.
What-
It's next month.
What's the date on it?
April 10th and 12th.
Yep.
10th to the 12th.
10th through the 12th. It's that weekend.
I suspect they'll have an actual announcement here, like maybe by the end of the week.
Because they put out an announcement like 2 days ago that was like WonderCon and San Diego are going on as planned because everybody's asking about it. And I'm like, I think I'm still going to this.
Yeah, there was that press release that went out from the actual company that puts on WonderCon and San Diego, and they're like, oh, we're still going, quote unquote, as planned. But then, as of the day of recording this, you know, you have you have the president who goes out and is like, oh, we're doing a travel ban, 30 days, blah, 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 and everything else that's coming about. I think that's going to kind of be the last poke to kind of put them over the edge, be like, okay, we'll cancel.
I don't know, though. I don't know. Everything else is canceled, so what else are you going to? Buy your WonderCon tickets.
Disneyland. Disneyland.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
the
actually the
parks
plan
and
was you were
stuff,
going to go to WonderCon and then Disneyland.
Well, now you can just go to Disneyland and nobody will be there.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
You know, having someone say they're not canceling is not a really great indicator at this point either, because like in Chicago, I believe it was yesterday, the mayor was like, our St. Patrick's Day parade is still a go. Everything's fine, people. Don't worry. We're Chicago. Chirac, baby. You know, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're nuts over there. They're lunatics.
Chirac.
I've never heard that.
And then the next day, they decided, all right, never mind. We're canceling the St. Patrick's Day
And you're
parade.
looking at something that's like synonymous with St. Patrick's Day celebrations. It's it's been emulated in almost every movie that takes place in Chicago. Everybody who knows Chicago knows this is something that happens every year. For them to take something so monumental and huge in the city of Chicago and say, we're just not going to chance it.
This is Chicago. They are a proud people.
They are proud people.
You know, they hold on to their traditions.
People who are fans of Chicago are proud people, so it runs deep.
This is crazy. So, you know, we ended up canceling ours. The response was very positive. I think at this point,
for the most part,
there was a few, you know, out there who I think kind of are not thinking big picture. You know, maybe they don't quite understand the gravity of what's going on, and that's kind of sad to see. And you know, maybe they'll have to see a couple more news stories before it happens, but mostly
at this
people
point
understand.
Tom Hanks has it. All right,
Yeah.
Tom Hanks has it. We need to shut the world down.
That's what I'm hoping makes people take this shit seriously.
Yeah.
You know, it's Tom fucking Hanks.
The world's dad has coronavirus. All right,
Our
shit is
Woody.
real.
How old is he?
I don't know.
I hope he's not that old. So
That's what I'm worried about.
him and his wife, that just came out like less than a couple hours ago.
Yeah, like an hour or so ago.
He put out like a tweet that was like, all right, we were in Australia, decided we weren't feeling good, did the responsible thing, got checked, and
He's
we got
63.
it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no. He'll be fine. He's Tom Hanks. Nothing's
He's
gonna happen.
Woody.
The NBA recently, like this is all within the last couple hours.
I think,
literally within the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I think within a span of 30 minutes, it was Tom Hanks, the NBA, and Coachella.
Yeah. Coachella
And
postponed.
CinemaCon. Yeah.
The NBA, like right here at Sacramento Kings, we're getting ready for a match. You can play esports.
There you go.
They were here for a game, and they told everybody to just go home. Not to bother, because one of the officials was a ref at a Jazz game where it was announced one of their players got it.
I'm going to get all of our mics together and just touch them all and laugh about how coronavirus isn't real.
That's
a good sign. That's how you do it.
I feel like
I'm glad I got recording equipment.
this is like when Pokemon Go came out, but just way more sad. Like everybody's united kind of over this one topic. It's literally on everybody's mind. It's the thing to talk about.
Well, we were literally just looking up like news articles before the show started, and everything was coronavirus. So it's like, let's see if we can find something non-coronavirus related, and it was
Only
hard.
Corona.
Yeah.
It was hard. Yeah.
It was
Only Corona.
so.
We got NBA suspending their season. Tom Hanks and his wife are infected. Coachella was post-Maloned.
Post Malone.
See what I did there?
Nice, but it's
Yeah. South by Southwest canceled, which is a
Yep.
big one.
First time
Yeah.
in 34 years.
Yeah.
That's a huge one
That's
for a bunch of
huge.
different
The
industries.
only things I care about right now are October, because please don't touch New York Comic Con, and do not touch the My Chemical Romance tour.
Oh.
I will
That's a
lose
good one.
my
that's
shit.
A lot of those
I
people
will-
don't have good hygiene anyways.
I will
It's true.
cry.
That's true.
they're emo
real
anyway, so
Yeah.
tears.
they're already wanting to die.
Exactly.
just-
oh, just let us go. Just let us
He
go.
did not say that.
Dang.
It's I will honestly
Dang.
be devastated if I have to.
That
fight
When
for
I
dates again.
was a young.
E3 is going to be our first big point of
man.
conversation here, though, because
Big thanks to Devolver Digital for announcing that for everybody.
yeah, tell me
Yo.
what
Before
happened
the
again.
ESA.
So before it was officially
So
announced,
the ESA didn't say shit. They said nothing yesterday, and all we heard that put everything like into motion was Devolver Digital tweeted, "Cancel your E3 flights and hotels, y'all."
There you go.
you know,
ESA hadn't said anything.
that's what you get when you make them all sit in a parking lot all weekend.
I remember I was at
Yeah.
that one.
They give no shits.
They were in a shitty location. I remember walking by that and going, "Who the fuck put these people out here? Why would I go in there?"
I love
And then
Devolver.
walking by it.
They are like a breath of fresh air, literally, because you have to go outside the building to go there. But
Wait.
like, I met
Their conference is always really
But
funny and weird.
You know who I
Yeah.
met there? They had a food truck, like a food cart thing in there that was owned and operated by. Did you guys ever watch Old School Survivor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember the original like villain Jerry? She was
Yes.
a woman character.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
She was there in like
Stop.
the cowboy
You met-
hat making barbecue.
Stop.
Yeah. And I was like, "Are you from
Sorry, I'm a
Survivor?"
huge. You missed that conversation. I love Survivor.
So-
I love Amazing Race.
I'm learning a lot about Lexie tonight because apparently she's a big Dachshund fan. She loves an underbite. So if you're a gentleman who's got an underbite, you have no chance because she's married. And you're a big reality show fan or Survivor fan?
I love reality TV, but I'm a huge Survivor and Amazing Race fan. Like,
Is that NBC? CBS?
that's CBS.
Okay.
Just like, get it right.
Hey, I mean, hey, you
Yes.
do you, boo.
Respect on that name.
So E3 had the news broken by Devolver, actually came out and put out an official statement as of today that said, after careful consultation with our member companies regarding the health and safety of everyone in our industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we have made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020, scheduled between June 9th and 11th in Los Angeles. We're also exploring options with our members to coordinate an online experience to showcase industry announcements and news in June 2020.
So the thing I think for E3 is that this year is not the year to watch. I mean, obviously it's not. But like this year's not the year to pay attention. It's next year.
Yeah.
Because does everybody figure out this year that they don't need E3 and that it's not necessary to the industry?
Ah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
It's funny because like popular opinion on Twitter and was like, oh man, they compromised a bunch of people's data. Remember
Yeah.
they leaked a bunch of,
Oh,
and everyone was
yeah.
like, fuck E3, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
And then they opened it up to more general public,
Yeah.
sold
That
more
was
general
the
tickets.
worst.
And then media and everyone was like, man, now double fuck this. I'm never going back.
Yeah.
And then today when the news came out, I'm seeing a lot of like
I was
top
bummed.
tier people coming out of the woodworks being like, oh, this is going to affect so many people. I wanted to see my friends. There's like a lot of sorrow.
Yeah.
It's like the story completely turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing yesterday was because after Devolver put that out, I was looking for the actual ESA statement that hadn't come out yet, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I just searched E3, and the first tweet I saw was, just bought my flight for E3. So excited. I was like,
Yikes.
oh, no.
Wow.
Tough break.
How do you think this affects the industry? A lot of people are saying this is really going to affect like smaller developers.
See, that's what I was saying. Is like obviously Xbox, Sony, Nintendo, like they already have a huge thing. The big thing for indies is that like if you get a platform on E3, people that may not have paid attention, outlets that may
Now
not have paid
are.
attention would have seen you. Are you going to get that same crossover, or is it going to be fine because you can take all the money that you spent on E3 and put it into marketing?
Well, I think this is going to be one of those opportunities where you see the growth of those major companies, with like Microsoft and Sony. If they give that opportunity to a lot of those indie developers who are trying to create games for their platforms, and give them a platform themselves.
Right.
Like for what PlayStation does every year, what Xbox does every year. Give a platform to a lot of those indie gamers. That'll just prove the point that E3 is becoming more and more relevant to the gaming community. So
yeah, but everybody likes to get together at these tentpole events. Is the other
True.
is like the other part of it.
Yeah.
You've been to plenty of those events that have the big parties, and you're not
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
When you're in the media, sometimes you get the games you like, and then sometimes they make you go cover shitty games you never really were interested in.
that's very true.
But it all's worth it when you go to the Sega party, And they,
you go to that
and they
you
love
leave
your-
with awesome swag.
They line
And,
your pockets with
Yeah.
all sorts
Open
of goodies.
bar.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
get to connect with all these people you only see 2 or 3 times a year. So
But that's a very small segment of the industry, like, or not the industry, of the community.
kinda, it's
Because
more
the
and
general
more.
consumer doesn't give a fuck about that because they're not part of that.
Yeah, but they're also not the ones that they're not going to E3 just to show the handful of fans there.
Yeah.
and hoping they go spread word of mouth. Like it's all about the spectacle of the live stream
True.
and making sure you have the biggest celebrity, Kanye West, walking through playing
But
Call of Duty.
I think the thing is does this make everybody realize that you don't need E3 to do that now?
But what
And that
about
you can do it
PAX?
on your own?
Is it
well,
canceled?
well, because
Maybe.
so like
Which
with
one?
Emerald
The
City,
one that's coming up.
I don't know which one's coming up.
so the one in Seattle, Emerald City Comic Con,
well,
they canceled that one. That one was canceled as well. But a lot of the reasons why most of the people who go to like cons and things like that, they go for exclusive swag. They go for opportunities to see things that they don't usually see. So because of Emerald City, like Funko did like a virtual tour of their booth, and they posted that online so that people could be like, oh, this is what we would have experienced kind of thing. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna, like Mondo, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mondo from Austin. I'm a huge fan of Mondo, but Mondo is going to drop a lot of their exclusive stuff that they were going to have at Emerald City, and they're going to do like a midnight release. And so this is just kind of, I think that's more of the foray for like regular folk who go to events like this where they're like, oh, I don't have a press badge, I don't have a professional badge, so what are the things that they look forward to?
Yeah,
if
it's
not
hang out with your friends. It's just the experience of the convention itself.
I think we had a meeting at work today, and the owner of our company is like super inspirational guy. He knows business and he's been around the block, and he gave us a really good like motivational speech that kind of put all of this other stuff into perspective too. Like, this is going to be huge and it's going to affect a lot of people, but this is the time when you separate the people who are really innovative from the people who are just stuck in routines. And so when you have E3 on the shelf and you have these companies that at this point have no way to promote themselves, they're going to have to get creative and do it somehow, whether it's some big new streaming thing that's going to pop up to promote these. So
That's what I'm thinking. Like, all the money that these companies are spending on E3 can be spent online and doing your own thing and not having to
Promoted
spend
posts for
hundreds
whatever.
of thousands of dollars looking at you, big companies. Like, you can do it. Like, you have the resources, you have the platform already. Like, you don't need this.
Well, and we're going to have, you have all these universities, and you're going to have all these high schools, middle schools that are going to be sending kids home to do online classes. They're going to have, their studies up in one window, and then they're going to be watching Twitch on the second
Exactly.
window.
Yeah.
So they're going to be watching more YouTube videos. So you got more people around. It's not like they're going anywhere. You're just going to have to change how you're reaching those people.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to see. And that brings us to the next story. Xbox moves forward. So Microsoft has announced a 2-day slate of live streams. One of them is titled Xbox Series X plus Project X Cloud equals a new chapter in gaming. That stream could include a wealth of information regarding the next-gen console from Microsoft and their plans to cloud game. And, that's why I'm not too concerned for most of people. When you break up the audience of people who are watching E3, you get the big media influencers and stuff who are there on the ground floor, and you get the people who paid way too much to be there, to crowd the lines. But then you got all of us who are usually just watching online anyways.
Yeah.
We're kind of unaffected. Like, as long as they can take that stage show and do it in their corporate office, and
All
we'll
I
be
care
just
about
as excited.
Is that ID at Xbox is still part of whatever they're doing, because that is the best part, and that's like the only Like, indies get a huge bump from that. Like, as long as ID at Xbox is still there and they're still going to talk about their indie titles, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think
that's whatever you want.
I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm surprised they're the only ones who came out and bluntly said that this is what's happening. To my knowledge, I haven't seen really too many of the other...
I mean, do they have to? Because Sony's already said they're doing state of play stuff. Like, it's just implied they're doing their own stuff. Nintendo has their own directs. They don't really need to say anything about it.
Those are all already established.
Yeah.
Opportunities
we got
outside
Ubi,
of E3.
EA, Bethesda,
Yeah.
a lot of these guys who I get more excited for their shows anyways.
Give me that Bethesda showcase.
Yeah, maybe they're still...
Deathloop, I think that's what it's called.
My only thought is maybe they're still working with the people at E3 to do, like, maybe it's an only digital experience.
Yeah.
And
Because, like, I mean, they did that on Twitch last year. Like, you could watch E3 on Twitch. They'll probably do the same thing.
The 24... Yeah,
whenever it's your turn, they'll just send the hosting over to you.
Make that free this year or something. Do some big grand gesture or stunt to make everybody involved. And then do more of the interactive stuff. Like, I've always wondered why, if they got those demos playable, we've seen it in the past where they'll be like, oh, and by the way, if you're home at your PlayStation, you can download it right now.
Yeah.
Just do that, and then we'll all be happy. Another company doing exactly kind of what, my boss Andy was saying was Discord. Stepping up huge and using, this situation to do some good. There's a lot of people at home that rely on Discord to connect with their friends and family. And they put out a statement that says, in light of COVID-19, we're temporarily upping the Go live streaming and screen share limit from 10 people to 50 people for the next few months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay, but that's not
huge.
like a goodness of their heart thing. That's, hey, come use our service.
That
That is not like, oh, we're so good, we're gonna do this.
I think it's twofold.
Hey, either way, I mean, because part of me was like, "Hey, you could have been doing that the whole time."
Yeah, exactly.
But the other part of it is like, "Hey, like, who are we to judge what their motivations are?"
That's
like,
fine.
And will Discord become Twitch?
Whether or not it's for what, but like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's because they're so nice and it's all for us. They don't get it's just out of the generosity of their heart. It's like, no, I appreciate it, but they had a fucking reason.
Believe in the good, Emma. Come on, people are good at heart.
Corporations are not.
They say, we know a lot of you around the world are currently using Discord to keep in touch and perform daily tasks, keeping up with classes and working from home. We want to help make your world a little less stressful. We'll keep this limit up while it's most critically needed. Please have patience with us. Performance issues may arise in streams with large numbers of people.
That's what they want to get in on is the online classes crowd.
That's
Online
smart.
group projects.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing this.
And like I saw like people excited who have big Discords that can do a Jackbox game night and things like that, because now less opportunities to meet in person. Like even locally, Jason Gist canceled his fighting game tournaments and stuff, and you could kind of get people together and maybe do stuff like that on a Discord. So the other thing, just another sucks to be a Rocket League fan, is that they have decided to cancel their World Championship altogether.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're just gonna take the prize money, divide it among the regions, and just do their standard regional tournament.
Okay.
Which is usually online anyways.
Which, I mean, for the sake of what's going on in the world right now, I mean, that's making the best of a bad situation.
Didn't League cancel some stuff too?
I was about to say, I think, isn't League's championship in China this year?
Oh.
Or was it last year?
Anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, they've canceled a lot of stuff.
I'm sure
we'll have to see about the Olympics.
It wasn't just the San Francisco Shock. I mean, it was the event that was going to happen this weekend in Florida got canceled. Paris's event got canceled. London just said theirs was canceled. So, and the
entire country of Italy is canceled.
They kind of
the whole country.
The Overwatch League kind of whiffed their announcement.
They've canceled Italy, for God's sakes. Just
it was a little disappointing. Overwatch League kind of came out and made an announcement and said, about all the postponements, but didn't talk about the recourse, which they'd already kind of had planned out. They're going to do the matches online, so they're going to kind of keep up with the schedule. They're just going to be online and streamed, YouTube. So fans will still get to watch matches.
That's what I remember we were talking about that in the beginning of all this, matches are getting canceled and things. And I was like, it's esports. Isn't the whole point that you can do this shit online?
No, you
Why
don't
do you have to
understand,
physically
Emma.
be there? I don't
Input
understand.
lag.
It was so stupid. They're like, we have to be in the same room. I'm like, you're playing an online game. I don't understand Why? I don't know. It's weird.
All right, Emma, play Smash Bros. Online and then play it couch co-op, and then
No,
that'll
I mean,
be abundantly
I
clear.
get that. It was just one of those. I was like, esports, the electronic, whatever.
Electronic sports, you say?
This shit based on internet.
1 million.
Did you see that? What happened?
What?
Oh,
What?
never mind. It's not Corona related. I don't want to get into politics. I'm already mad enough.
Oh my god, yeah, we were talking about that before.
Call of Duty Warzone has dropped, everybody.
Is that everybody keeps talking about Warzone and I have no idea what it is.
It's Call of
Shanghai.
Duty.
That's why I don't care.
It's finally the good part of the news, everybody.
Is it the game or the demo?
Okay, so what's Warzone?
It is Call of Duty's Battle Royale.
Oh, so I double don't care. Cool. All right.
You know what? You might have a point. Here, I'll start off with this. Earlier in the week, Call of Duty released its new Battle Royale game mode. What is cool is that it is free to play completely, free to everybody. So even if you didn't buy Call of Duty, no catch. Oh, here's the catch. It's 83 to 101 gigabytes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's massive
For a battle royale?
for a Call of Duty battle.
What is
royale.
this?
Let me
Fortnite?
just erase the other half of my games and make
Exactly.
Jesus.
And play this free game.
Every time I see something like that, like when I was trying to download Red Dead, I was like, the fucking audacity to release a game that's 100 gigabytes.
What do you
Who
want
the
them
fuck
to
do
do?
you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are, sir?
It's the graphics.
100 gigabytes. Suck my dick.
Wow.
You gotta be shitting me.
Well,
For
this
a
is-
battle royale.
This is
Excuse
why,
me.
though. This is why you can have the map is massive. It's like way too big. I was playing
really angry
with a
about that.
coworker.
Yeah, you did. Shit.
I was playing with a coworker. We dropped and saw a big building and figured like, oh, there's no, maybe you go in there and there's like 2 or 3 floors or something like that. So we decided to run up the stairs. And we were running up the stairs, and we kept running up the stairs, and we were at floor 6, and we just like, okay, let's keep going. And we're running up the stairs, and we're in this little corridor, and we're running upstairs. 20 fucking floors. We ran up 20 floors
Who asked for that?
in this battle royale. Like, no reason to have a building that big
Who
in a
asked
battle royale.
for the fucking Mall of America to be a battle royale map?
To be fair, there are like helicopters and cars and things like that to drive to make things
Play
easier,
Arena,
but-
Yeah.
New York.
Oh my god, the entire city.
Fucking hiding in Queens, and I'm over here in Brooklyn. Shit.
I'm out here in New Rochelle getting coronavirus.
Like, where the fuck are you? I'm in Times Square, 4th and whatever. Where are you?
It was
Oh
Oh my god.
I'm on the
Yeah.
turnpike, still making my way to you.
they did to be fair,
I can't.
they didn't just like copy and paste from other battle royales. They did kind of change things up. One thing they did is it's like a cash system. So
Okay.
you're looting not just for your guns and stuff, but also just money. And you can get money by finding it, killing people and stealing theirs, and doing contracts in the middle of it. So if you find the little contract machine, it'll give you things to do, like loot so many boxes or go murder this guy specifically.
So it's not just focused on killing each other, but there are...
little objectives
Tasks.
in there
Objectives
to
are-
keep you busy.
That's
So is there still like a time limit within this?
Is it 100 gigabytes of objectives?
I wouldn't say 100 gigabytes. Well, depending on what game you've played in the past. Like, I've seen...
Emma, it's 20 stories.
I downloaded Ori and the Will of the Wisps yesterday. It was 4.46 gigabytes. All right.
I feel like there's more mission depth in this Call of Duty BR than there was the entirety of Destiny 1, for sure. And that
Oh,
was,
wow.
And that was a lot of gigabytes.
That's huge, yeah.
The other part to it is you use that money to like buy loadouts, and you can actually, that's how you can res people. The res system is really interesting. You basically die, get captured, and go to the gulag. And you wait for someone else to be dead. And then you're like in this internment camp thing, and you fight to the death with one other player, and the winner...
That's interesting.
yeah,
Wait.
the winner gets dropped back into the war zone.
So
So it turns
we're
into
playing,
Gladiator all of a
Cory.
sudden.
No, we're playing. What's the book? Hunger Games.
Hunger Games?
Essentially, in Call of Duty.
Pretty much.
I mean, which is based on the book
What?
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Battle Royale strike.
It's pretty
What?
funny because, while you're in the gulag, there's like a top area where you can be in queue, basically, with all the other people who have died. You can punch each other. It doesn't do anything. And you get rocks. And you can throw rocks at the people who are down there
This is
fighting
Hunger
and kind of
Games
fuck with them.
101.
What the fuck is
So
this?
if you get killed at the same time as your teammate, you could kind of like help him by throwing rocks at the other
And
guy.
the other oh, wait.
Is it 100 gigabytes worth of rocks? I'm still stuck on 100 gigabytes.
It's interesting. And then if you come back from the goal, you only get to do that once. And
So if you die again, you're out.
screwed.
unless someone has enough cash to bring you back through one of the little purchase stations. So like,
But who wants to
They
do
can
that
buy-
unless they're your friend, I
They
guess.
can buy you to come back to life.
Yeah,
What?
just like real life.
I was saying, what kind of income disparity bullshit is this?
Haven't you ever heard of Walt Disney?
The Trump administration.
The 1% can just win everything.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I was playing.
Just-
with,
yeah.
I was playing
This
with
is
the
a little too realistic. I know we like graphics, but damn.
Yeah, that's a great question. How long do these matches
that's
last?
What I want to know.
quite long. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's about the matches I've been in.
Like 46 minutes?
Well, see, sometimes I get killed quickly, so it's quick. But the time I made it to number 8, which is the best we've done yet, was like a solid 20 minutes. Like,
So-
it was a while.
So how many people are in this arena, so to speak?
150.
So there's 150 people.
Yeah,
So,
gotta catch them all.
so out of 150 people, it takes 20 minutes to whittle it down to at least 8th place, like where you were at.
I want to say it
Who
felt
asked for 150
it
person
felt-
battle royale?
fast paced.
Exactly.
It didn't feel like it, like the game's dragged. There's a steep learning curve, at least if for coming from other battle
Yeah.
royales. I spent like the first 20 minutes trying to make all the controls feel like Apex, and then
Or you could just play Apex, which is not 100 gigabytes.
Isn't Valiant or Valiant
I'm gonna have
or
to buy a
whatever the
terabyte
game
hard
is,
drive
that
just for
League
this
is-
game.
that
Valorant?
Riots, yeah. Isn't that Battle Royale?
No.
Or is that just a shooter?
no, that one's gonna be like a kind of similar to Counter-Strike. So it's gonna be like there's a bomb and you gotta plant the bomb.
So you're saying it's worth giving it a try if you have the hard drive space.
If you have a hard drive space,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So 6 million people played it within the first 24 hours. I'd call that a success. It
Okay.
pretty much dominated yesterday's, like all the big Twitch
wow.
streamers. It did all the right things it was supposed to do. Of course, backed by EA or wait, EA doesn't do that, do they? Activision.
Activision, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I recommend it. Try it. See if you like it. It's good.
Now, where is it available on? Is it just online? Is it through all platforms?
I feel like 100 gigabytes is a lot to
It's a
expect for
lot.
people to just test it out.
Yeah.
If you like it, delete everything on your hard drive.
Exactly, to try
see
it.
If you like our game.
How big
Exactly.
is your hard drive, Emma? This
I have
really
a 3
is
terabyte drive, okay, but I'm mad about this.
Then why are you complaining? You could
Because not everybody has a 3 terabyte
Exactly,
drive. And the
exactly.
standard hard drive space for an Xbox is 500 gigs. You want me to take 20% of my hard drive for your piece of shit battle royale?
You could, but on your 3 terabytes, you could install this game like 300 times.
I don't care. Not everybody has my 3
it's
terabyte.
the principle,
Exactly.
according to Emma. It's the principle.
Not me. Us.
So, okay. So they're saying it's only 100 gigabytes on the PC, but on the PS4 it's smaller.
As far as I know.
So that's possibly also for the Xbox as well.
Yeah, on the PS4, it's only 99 gigs.
Completely different. It's like tax brackets.
But it's also crossplay accessible, which is unique.
And somebody in chat just mentioned data caps. Data caps. What the fuck? I hate this.
I can't.
I hate this. I was not like, I literally did not give a shit about this until somebody told me it was 100 gigs, and now I'm like, I'm gonna die mad about this.
But now it's gonna be like the next, I don't know. Your next Twitch streamer is gonna come from this.
I mean, I'll give it a try.
Probably.
I got space on my Xbox that I can start, I can offload like the first Destiny that I don't play for whatever, which literally I'd probably fill the entire space.
exactly.
It's worth giving it a try. But I do see your point. I do see your point.
What you playing?
I think of my 3 terabytes, like 61% is full.
What you
So I
playing?
have like what, 2 point something terabytes full.
That was the What You Playing theme song.
That was a shut the fuck up. We gotta move forward.
Hey, fuck you, fuck you. It's my time to be mad about this.
you are the Mike Bloomberg of this podcast right
How
now.
Holy
dare you?
When a rich person starts talking about trying to defend poor people, that's what you sound like.
Oh my god.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Get that trending. Emma is Mike Bloomberg.
How dare you? Our group chat for a while was called I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approved this group chat because
Dang.
I'm
Dang,
hilarious.
That's funny.
So what you been playing, Emma Skies?
The new Ori game came out today.
Ori and the Will of Wisps.
Cory and the Will of the Wisps. Oh my god. Oh, I've been waiting so long for this.
It feels
I'm,
like
crying getting ready to play this game. That's why I was late getting here today, because I completely lost track of time and left like 10 minutes after I was supposed to, because I was still streaming.
So this is a beautiful game. That's kind of its thing. It's just really, really pretty. The first one was,
But it's not just pretty. Like, you can't even.
What is it? It's a platformer, right?
It's a platformer with some puzzle
Puzzler.
aspects to it, and I think I would be comfortable saying that Ori and the Blind Forest is potentially the best platform I've ever played in my life.
What?
I think that I was thinking about that today. I was like, I think I can say that pretty comfortably.
Have you played Super Mario Brothers 1?
No, I don't care.
One.
It's so. If you haven't played Ori and the Blind Forest, it's on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, go download it.
Okay.
But it is the best platform I've ever played in my life. The visuals are incredible. It's a beautiful game. The music will get you every time. I think we were talking recently in another episode, in another show. We were talking about like levels we liked and bosses we liked, and I think the Ginzo tree from Ori and the Blind Forest is one of my favorite, like, quote unquote boss levels of all time. It's just gorgeous, and it's like the mechanics are so fluid, and it's a very Metroidvania kind of thing where like you unlock more powers and you do this and that, and like, but it never feels like too much. Like, it always feels smooth. The platforming is completely smooth. It's so good. And so this is the sequel, and I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I remember when they announced it.
E3 last year, right?
I believe so. I don't
Is
know
that
if
when
it
you
was last year or
cried
2
on
years ago.
stream?
Oh, I 100% cried. Because, like, the lights go down, and then they just played the music, and I fucking flipped my shit. Like, the first 2 notes, I was like, I know what this is.
Once per E3, Emma cries because of some overly artistic game.
Oh, yeah. I was, like, crying when they announced Unravel 2 last year. That was a good one.
And, like, stupid game with the 2 deer.
I'm very excited for that one. He's, like...
Is that not out yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
A lot of stuff from E3
What a
doesn't
waste
come out the
of
year that's
time.
announced. But Will of the Wisps is an incredible sequel. Every review I've seen of it is like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9.5. Like, everybody says it's great, but it is so good. It feels exactly like the first game, but better.
What did
It's
they
like,
do to change it up? Because I'm seeing
they've added a lot of, so it feels aesthetically, it feels like the same game. Like you're playing the same thing, but they've added a lot more like abilities and powers. But again, in the same way that like it doesn't feel like too much. There's a new leveling system. There's a new there's like a new whole, I don't even know what to call it, just like a whole shit ton of they're calling them shards, which are abilities that you can collect across the game. There's actual characters that you can talk with in the game now that weren't there before. People you can buy from, and it's so good. And the story it's so good.
You want to know the best part of this whole game?
What?
It only costs 10 gigabytes to download.
See, it said 10 gigabytes, and then when I downloaded it, it was only 4.
What?
It was 4.4.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
This game is only 4 gigabytes. How much did they charge you for that?
It's on Game Pass, so I don't know, because I have Game Pass.
Oh, so it was free.
It's not what it means. That's not what it means. No, but I want to say it's like $30.
Really? This game's $30?
Wow.
I believe so. It's so, I would absolutely recommend this to everybody in the world. It's so good.
So, do you know roughly how far through the game you are already? Is this one of those games you beat it in one sit through? Or
like, it gives me a percentage, and about a couple hours before I stopped playing, I think I was 18% through.
Oh, that's promising.
And I played for like 6 hours today.
Okay, so that's worth $30.
Oh, yeah.
That's my
Oh,
fear
yeah.
is that when you get a game like
And
that,
it's like 4 hours.
yeah. I mean, I love the
No.
game to death, but that's how it kind of feels like with Inside.
Yeah.
Where you can really just beat that thing in one sitting if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty long. And I'm playing it on normal, and then I'll go back and do it on hard later, and achievements and exploration, and it's just so good. And if you're into like story narratives, the story of these games are fucking beautiful, and we will cry in 5 seconds. I popped into another streamer that I follow. She was playing Ori and the Blind Forest for the first time, and I got there right in time, because it does the up thing where like you're like, this is gonna be sweet and fun, and the first 5 minutes you're just fucking sobbing. Like, I didn't need this. What the fuck? And I got there right at that point, and I was like,
Are you
cool.
are you already crying? I
Shut
can
up.
see
No,
your
I'm
eyes.
not.
She's kind of
It's
tearing up a
so
little
She's
bit.
getting all
Sweet.
misty eyed and
Yeah.
I need to play
She tries
it.
to feed him, and then it's the last apple, and then she gives it to Ori, and then Ori tries to go out and find more, and she comes back and she gives it to Naru, and his hand falls because she died.
Well, already
she's fucking crying.
It's the first
And she's crying.
5 seconds of the game. It's
already the story seems better and more clear than Death Stranding.
Yep.
So I support it.
It's a beautiful game. I would recommend it. I'm gonna be playing it nonstop until I finish it. I'll be streaming it. It's so good.
Eddie.
I'm kind of hitting that, late train on this one, and I ended up picking up both of the expansions for Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
So I got the Master's Trials and the Champion Ballad. So I'm running through those like a madman, but I've went ahead and restarted the whole game. So I'm starting back from the beginning and working through the whole game with all those trials in tow as well.
Oh, so you restarted?
Yeah.
Going back from the beginning. Are you going to collect all the cocoa seeds or whatever?
Yeah, I'm working through all that. I'm like, I still got to find the big ass dude and trade the seeds in for something and for more storage space. But yeah, I'm starting from scratch with this. I just wanted to go back to the beginning and then work my way through. So, yeah, I'm a purist in that way.
I can't.
That's why we call him Pure Eddie.
Wow.
Lexie, what you been playing?
Besides League, I dusted off my fight stick.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
You polished the fight stick? Were you
I
getting ready?
polished it, massaged it.
Whoa.
Were you getting ready for some FGC local events, or were you just
Maybe.
doing this for funsies?
No, like I used to go to local events back at home, so I would love to. But yeah, I
Too bad
started
Jay
playing.
just canceled all of them. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Dang, Cory had to do me like that.
That's why I was asking if you
dang.
polished it, because it could have had corona germs on it. So it's
true.
Stop.
You had to make it something dirty.
Talking about polishing it and massaging it. I'm like,
So what
You had to get it ready to play.
what game
Okay.
you playing?
you keep going there.
So I've been playing a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, okay, the classics.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Who's your squad?
So I usually use Dante, Mega Man, and sometimes either Storm or Chun-Li.
Okay.
Chun-Li's always on my team, but I also like Phoenix. Using her because of her X factor that you can do. It's just, it tears you up.
Do you play the PC, or do you invite people over and make this a big social thing?
I have
How do you play?
Xbox. I used to play online on Xbox. I need to get that back. I just really enjoyed it, or either get it on PC. And I also play like Street Fighter 4. So.
Okay, if you want to get bodied in some Street Fighter, you hit me up. I'm pretty
Would
sure.
y'all want to see me and Cory go at it on stream playing Street Fighter?
I would destroy you in Street Fighter.
I'm just saying.
I have played Marvel 1 and 2.
I'm just saying there's a reason why this man
It's
has
Marvel,
that game
baby.
as part of his birthday celebration every year.
Yeah, don't go down this. David
I'm
web
going
tested
down
me.
this hole. Let's do it.
David web tested me, and it almost ended our friendship.
Scared enough, Cory.
Come
on.
It was the most traumatic thing of mine and
Really?
David's friendship. Yeah. Yeah, it got really real, and we had a blow off, some match in public, live
Stop.
in front of an audience.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Get bodied.
Look at CFDJ is actually my coach.
Bruh.
Who's your Street Fighter character? Who's your Street Fighter?
Chun-Li, and then I sometimes play Ryu.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to get a Ryu mirror match going on, because that's my guy.
There you go. What about you, Cory? What are you playing?
Thanks. Besides Warzone, I've been on the Minecraft hype, especially today. Like when it really is my safe place. Today when I was sad, we made the announcement, which was hard to do. It's hard to craft that type of messaging and stuff, and then you put it out, and then you see the responses, and then you just get obsessed with looking and reading all the responses and trying to reply to the ones you can, and then you go to Discord and you got that's where the most passionate people are. So I was just emotionally sapped, and I was like, time to crack a beer and play some Minecraft.
There you go.
And I didn't do anything interesting. I had literally fixed my farm. I figured out how to use bees. Ooh. And so I used bees to grow all my crops.
Stop.
That's all I was doing. Straight up Thanos style. Just enjoying.
Do you not play Stardew Valley or Any of those?
No, I don't.
Other ones?
I feel like I should though. Have you played that one?
No, I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody at the table?
But like you can
No,
play it
I've
with
never
someone
played
else.
Stardew
That's why I
Valley.
asked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am on a server. I've sent it to some of the people who hang out.
I've
and
never
stream
played
and stuff.
Minecraft.
You need to play Minecraft.
But I love those type of games, yeah.
It's therapy. And then I played a little bit of Smash Bros over the weekend.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
Get bodied.
So that one we actually have a setup over there.
Oh, okay.
My cousin comes into town and we always play some Smash Bros.
By the way, I actually did my first tournament for Smash Brothers this past weekend.
Ooh,
Wait,
how was
what?
that?
Online. Through the so you know how they send over those like, oh, we're having a tourney this week or whatever. I made it to like 4th or 3rd place.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
So I'm like,
So you're pretty much a
Wow.
legend now, huh?
yeah, in my mind I am. So that's all that matters.
Last news story before we put this pig to bed. Stream Labs has come out with a new. No, it's not Stream Labs. Who makes it? Elgato.
Elgato, yeah.
Elgato. Yeah.
Elgato.
They made a Stream Deck mobile, which turns your cell phone into your Stream Deck.
Yep.
Sounds great at first,
But
But-
there's probably catches.
there's a catch. $2.99 per month or $24.99 per
That's not bad at all.
year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really good, actually.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Well, I
$3
mean,
a month for.
keep-
I mean, there are free applications that do it. So like, if you're already doing it on your phone and it's free, whatever. But if you want to test out, especially I feel like if you want to
Exactly.
test out a Stream Deck
To see- yeah.
before you drop $150 on one,
Yeah.
That's smart,
like
yeah.
$3 a month is nothing. Like that's fine.
Oh,
Because this is
I-
a fucking luxury item that you don't need. So they're like,
And-
make it free. Not everybody has $3 a month. Then you don't need.
And then you don't need it. Yep.
I did see Eddie looked it up on his phone before the show, and it got review bombed essentially
Yeah.
for that reason. A lot
It's
of
holding
people-
at like a 2.8 on reviews. Well, that was through Apple, the Apple Store.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is on Google Play. I don't see an Android
have
at this
Android.
table, but
We're not communists here.
but it's interesting to see like people are already like negatively giving it negative reviews based on the fact that
feel entitled.
I mean just because. So I get it. If you have one, yes, that's great. But that should not just entitle you to like, oh well, I already have a foot in the door, so I should get everything already free, as per the norm. But I don't know. It's interesting to see where people are at with this. I would be willing to give it a try, but
Last time I checked, Elgato is not a charity, folks. Like,
Nope.
They're a company that
this
business
isn't
that
100
needs to make
gigabytes, so
money.
you can download
Oh my
this
God.
and try it out, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's a free trial on it, right?
Yeah, there's like a 30-day free
Yeah.
trial.
Yeah, so 30 days, try it out. If you like it a lot, buy one.
If you forget to cancel, oh no, you've gotten charged $3.
Don't they make a Stream Deck Mini now too?
Yes, they
Yep,
do,
they
and
do.
the Stream Deck Extra Large.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, which I think has 16 buttons.
It's handy.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. That's a lot.
I find myself using it for personal use more than the stream. Like, look, I can go to Eddie Cam, or I can do like little things on it, but I use it to launch Photoshop and like most of my
Stop,
apps here. I just
really?
go boop.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's
there you go. I mean, for the media guru on that end of doing things, I mean, yeah, it's a quick.
I finally
Hot,
made
but-
mine all pretty, so it's like an RGB thing, and like the lights kind of flow on it.
Oh, they could
and,
do
like-
that?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can put GIFs as
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh shit!
Corey's like, I learned
So mine's
something
all
new
pretty
today.
now.
I have
There you
like
go.
pictures,
mine for memes.
like the camera that I go to me has like my picture on it. The one over Lexi sitting at has the stormtrooper because I forget who's who and what's what, so I just use this thing.
So essentially, Corey's saying I'm a storm.
So you're saying you got a white stormtrooper?
what kind of nonsense? No. Okay.
That's it. That's the show, everybody. Thanks for listening to Video Game Bang.
Caucasity.
Emma Skies, tell us one more time when the SPCA stream is going to be and how people can watch it and where they can donate.
Saturday, April 4th, noon to midnight Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/Emma Skies, and there will be a donation link up on my stream.
Have you released any details on? Because you usually do giveaways in the whole nine. Do you have any?
Yes,
you can
we
launch?
have not talked about any of them yet.
Oh, so keep
It's in the works.
keep it locked on Emma Skies'
She's got
social
some good
media.
stuff brewing.
She
do.
does a really good job. Like when she puts her mind to something, it happens.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, like, when she actually tries, it's not
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Look,
But she
imagine
puts the effort in. Holy
if Emma
shit.
tried all the time. Like watch out, world.
like she'd be president
That would be
by
some
now.
of my
Is what we're
fucking
saying.
mother when I was in school. She's like, if you'd only apply yourself.
I mean,
Love you, Mom. I know you
Mom
listen to
might have
this.
been right.
I mean, yeah.
Mom sounds
She
pretty
wasn't
on the
wrong.
nose. Like last year, you had big sponsors coming out of the woodworks. Who'd you have last year?
Last year I just had Wolfgang USA.
Oh, they're great. They do like that's perfect. They do dog.
Yeah,
like,
they do dog
collars
and, people,
all sorts of
like
stuff.
accessories
That's what's
and
up.
stuff.
Top
a
tier.
local Prop Forge does a bunch of 3D printed replicas.
Yeah, she was giving away like replicas of the Master Chief
Cortana chip.
Cortana chip. Yeah, all sorts of really cool stuff. It's not just like throwaways. So I'm assuming since the prize is getting better, Emma's 1 year smarter and well connected. It's going to be awesome.
And now she's getting hit up by celebrities on.
I know.
Eddie, what's going on in the Filmlosophers?
We had another episode drop this morning where we reviewed the latest Pixar film Onward. We had a member of the Capeless Crusaders podcast join us for that episode.
Oh, that's why
How it
Amy was in
and
my
the
house.
answer is go listen to the podcast.
Go listen to the podcast. We also have another one coming up that we're really excited for, Mulan. We're going to be doing Mulan, but we're also going to have a one of the foremost Asian cultural emphasis reporters down in LA who's going to join the show. Laura's going to join the show for us, so she's going to be a part of that. She actually had a chance to go and visit the set when they were filming and talk to the full cast and crew and everything, so it's going to be great to get her perspective on a lot of that and see what she thinks.
I love Laura.
But you can check us all out at filmlosophers.com or on socials at facebook.com/filmlosophers and on Twitter and Instagram at filmlosophy101.
Lexie, all right. It's not about if the streams are going to start. It's when the streams are going to start.
When?
I don't know. I need help, bruh. Like, my computer is crap. I'll be honest. I play my games on a laptop that's pretty much like 5 years old. So there's that. And y'all want me to stream? I'm trying, but it's hard.
I mean, look at it this way. You can get a Stream Deck for $3 a month.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
She's like, I can't.
Well, this is the thing. I have a Stream Deck. I don't have like an actual camera or computer. I guess I could stream. Like,
Isn't it a
it's just the
MacBook
whole
too?
thing.
Isn't it?
I do have a MacBook.
Are you
yeah.
gaming on a
Yeah.
MacBook?
I was for a while, but I have like a Lenovo.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
But
Lenovo.
it's older. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm trying, guys.
All right.
Trying.
VGB's going to have to start helping. We're going to have to intervene here and get you back up on your feet streaming.
That's true.
And I got nothing to promote anymore, guys. I'm
sad day.
it's sad. You go to shock2020.com and just look at it.
There you go.
Just look at it.
No, we have another event coming up in July. You know, we're holding out hope that this thing can correct itself. Obviously, we don't have the slightest clue, but the best thing you can do is just hope and be optimistic, and who knows. So we do have another event called the Silicon Valley Showdown, going to take place in San Jose, July 18th and 19th, the day before my birthday, July 20th. So
There you
hopefully
go.
it's a big celebratory thing. One last big hoorah. Actually, I'll have a baby by then.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, I
You'll
just
have
thought
a
of that.
human.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Who gives a fuck about your birthday anymore?
Yeah, I know. That's wild. All right. Well, for Eddie, Lexie, Emma, my name is Cory saying wash your damn hands, cover your mouth, and you've just been banged.